Picture, if you can, an intelligent sea creature. That is a joke, of course. There are none. But I am entitled to a bit of levity now and then. If you can picture such a thing, I am certain that you, like me, have called to mind what comes closest. The barnacle, or as scientists call them, the geniuses of the sea. And for good reason. These Archimedes of the abyss, these Einsteins of the euphotic zone, these titans of the tides, have developed the cleverest strategy yet observed in water-dwelling creatures. Just fucking sit there. Just sit there and don't do a damn thing. It's all you ever do. Just don't move. Why would you move? You don't have anywhere to go. You don't have anyone to meet. There's nothing to see. Stop moving and food will come. They have to feed you. It's illegal to let you die. Why didn't anyone else think of this? Just stop moving and looking at things for long enough and someone will pipe food mash into your belly for free. Barnacles have known this for eons.
Brilliant!
Look, each of us knows where he stands on the topic of horses. I have no ambitions towards sorting out the horse question or converting anyone to one side or the other. Still, I will give my opinion here for the record. I am completely fed up with them. There is no activity in my life that would be bettered by adding a horse to it. And very many activities that would be bettered by having horses removed. Like the annual horse fight I take part in, where I attempt to beat the shit out of a horse and lose.
Smelly pack beast!
For millennia, man has studied the humble frog, seeking wisdom and prophecies from the strange and pensive creature. What does it mean? Ancient man may have asked. When three frogs hop through camp on a silent, mist-filled night, following the arc of the moon, do they warn of famine, war, pestilence? Ancient man never figured it out and was perpetually confused. We now know through modern sciences that the answer is famine.
Wise prophets! Wise prophets!
Charles Darwin once wrote that ducks are the dumbasses of birds. For years, the geniuses of the world did not know what he meant by this until they saw a duck in person for themselves. Ducks do not eat seeds or bugs like normal birds. Instead, they subsist entirely on whole slices of bread that are flung at them like frisbees by small children. You just cannot respect someone who lives like that.
Agile! Pathetic.
Turtles are very nice. 5 stars.
Yeah, very nice.
Something is wrong with the computer. Never has there been an object so gazed upon with wonder, so tinkered and toyed with, all with such utility. But the computer is sick. We have given the computer, through mechanical implements, memories to pore over, eyes to see, ears to listen, mouths to speak, and a mind to lord over these plastic organs. But it would seem we have made it like us, an invitation to join our life of dreaming, to look at the moon with its plastic eyes and feel the wonder we feel. But the invitation remains unaccepted. As soon as you will see that after years of staring into this box, you forget the wonder of the moon yourselves. In trying to turn the computer into man, you have only turned men into computers. Suddenly you stop looking people in the eye when you talk, and make strange noises reminiscent of beeping. May the sky one day be held aloft by 1,000 pillars of black smoke from 1,000 pyres of every computer in the world, and around each, people laughing.
It got Microsoft Excel, though.
Since the dawn of time, birds have mocked us. They eat our seeds and then go cack. As far as I'm concerned, birds have it coming. How do they fly? With the aid of devils. Nonetheless, I rate birds 3 stars for their athleticism and their handsomeness. 2 stars have been deducted for being worth more in the hand than in the bush.
Handsome! Athleticism! Bush trickery.
If you like crabs, then you will be pleased to know that there is a crab for everything. Some crabs are long and spindly, and some crabs are short and fat, but all of them are built like tanks, and all of them can pinch. Some crabs can pinch a smelly fish right out of midair. I once heard that if you were too beautiful, the crabs might pinch you and never want to let go. I rate crabs 4 stars out of 5 for their warfare capabilities. 1 star has been deducted for scaring.
Overwhelming force. Stop.
While they are not very bright, tables are well renowned for their loyalty and their strength. Though it should be understated that they are extremely stupid, and I do not mean that unkindly. There is also a profound gentleness to them. Here many will say, "But I stubbed my toe on a table. It nearly broke my dang toe clean off." Which is what happens when you walk around making eye contact with people and breathing through your mouth like you're God. Tables are devices of humility and despise the prideful. I'd rate tables 4 out of 4 stars, 1 for each leg.
A leg.
Here they come!
Oh no, not my crops.
Fish are incredibly complex and misunderstood animals with many mysteries to their nature. So that we may examine these creatures in full and without bias, I will first lay out the entirety of our current academic knowledge on fish. 1. They smell like trash. 2. They look like hell. 3. They live in a giant toilet. Things are not looking good for fish. I rate them 2 stars out of 5 for doing their best to eat all the plastic. 3 stars must be deducted for being unpresentable.
Environmentally conscious. Foul.
Nothing has perplexed and baffled mankind more than the simple baby. At first glance, babies seem greasy, arrogant, and helpless. But look again, and you will begin to see their power. Babies scoot and shuffle around like little grubs, eating everything in their path. They will eat floor lint. They will eat ants. They will eat beetles. They will eat spiders. They will eat metal. They will eat glass. They will eat window cleaner. They do not care what they look like. They do not care what you think about it. They do not respect you because you are weak. You do not eat floor sweepings. You do not put dead bugs in your mouth. You are afraid of these things. Babies know this, and they mock you. I award babies 3 stars for bravery and might. 2 stars must be deducted for cruelty.
Fearless. Cold-hearted.
Squids are very intelligent and powerful animals that should be treated with utmost respect and admiration. They must be given deep and affectionate care, and the clothes off our backs, and tithes. That is what the squids insist about themselves, anyway. And they have fooled many soft-minded individuals with their silky lies. I am of a different opinion. Squids are nothing more than worse octopuses that should be treated like dirt. Protest if you wish. I will not be swayed.
Like an octopus. But worse.
There are millions of people who never tire of singing dirt's praises from sun up to sundown. I am sure you are familiar with them. They will mention, for example, the fact that beautiful plants grow in dirt, but neglect the detail that dirt allows very, very ugly plants to live in it too, like shrubs. This is the classic bobbing and weaving that dirt apologists do to evade responsibility for their insufferable and lazy philosophy. I award dirt 2 stars for being necessary. 3 stars are deducted for being filth.
Mandatory. Soiled.
After years of observing from afar the ongoing and futile attempts of so-called scientists to both qualify and quantify what rats are, I feel it is my duty to step in and offer my assistance by first defining what they are not. Rats are not likable. Rats are not tolerable. Rats are not human beings. It follows from this that a thing that is neither likable nor tolerable nor a human being may be a rat, though this does not guarantee a diagnosis. There remains much work to do.
Reserving judgment, but not hopeful.
The great thing about this stuff is that after you drink it, things that would normally be unfathomably cruel to say to a person, vicious, personal things that hack at the most tender, bruised roots of their soul, suddenly become very good and funny things to say. You can finally get those elephants that are your closest friends' dearest insecurities out of the room for them for good. You will often say something so hilarious and so spiritually healing that you won't even be able to hear their laughter over how hard you're laughing at it yourself. I swear you will never be so goddamn clever in your life. The downside is it takes some people a long time to recover from a night of that caliber of mirth. So sometimes you won't hear from very good friends for over 6 months or more. If you find it takes you that long to get over a night of drinking, I strongly suggest you avoid alcohol for good, because it can put a lot of strain on your relationships.
Turns you into a comedy genius.
Not for everyone.
There is no mystery to houseflies. It is well known that they are serial criminals who live in trash. The only thing they are good at is killing themselves, and they don't have feelings. Here is the daily life of a housefly. 1. Conspire to spread pestilence. 2. Throw yourself against a window for 3 hours. I rate houseflies 1 star for letting themselves get eaten by much cooler animals, like frogs. 4 stars are deducted for cowardice and filth.
Nutritious.
Pathetic.
Unclean.
What can camels do? They are famous for being able to eat sand and looking like someone rolled a horse down the side of a mountain. But these talents pale in comparison to their true strength. Camels know a son of a bitch when they see one, and they aren't afraid to show exactly how they feel about it. Imagine a creature that looks like this, taking one look at you and knowing instantly there's no better place for the contents of its mouth than the space between your eyes. This dumb beast cannot speak or reason, but its senses of revulsion and contempt are so developed that it can judge in a fraction of a second precisely who in its immediate surroundings is most deserving of being absolutely spit upon based on nothing but the way they sound and how annoying their gait is. And it is never wrong. There are none who, after being so condemned, will not desire to reform themselves to earn the camel's approval. But the camel does not approve, it merely tolerates, and it does not believe in second chances. You cannot impress it. It thinks you are worse than dirt.
They never miss.
Unforgiving.
It is a common misconception that trees are worthless, repulsive, and obnoxious things that are good for nothing but letting birds use them as toilets, or being turned into canoes, or baseball bats. This is completely false. Powerful individuals, who I will not name here, have been inventing and spreading fabrications about trees for decades. I am sure you know exactly who I am referring to. And while I do not consider myself a tree sympathizer, though I am confident they will call me that very soon, I feel compelled to defend them here, at risk of sacrificing my own career and good reputation. Trees are very good, and never did anybody any wrong. I award them 5 stars out of 5 for excellence.
Excellent.
What would we do without scorpions? A lot of things, probably, but they wouldn't be as exciting. Scholars have long noted the similarities between scorpions and lobsters, but here I will point out 3 key differences between them that make scorpions exceptional. 1. Scorpions can get inside your home all by themselves. 2. They can sting you very badly. 3. They enjoy doing this very much. I rate scorpions 4 stars out of 5 for their prankster spirit and impressive arsenal of weapons. 1 star has been removed for scurrying. Everyone has had a similar experience when reading a book. What happens is, you read a book, and you put it down, and you rub your sleepy little eyes, and you go, damn, that really was a book. I defy you to find someone who has not done this. If anyone is around when I finish a book, I personally like to say, damn, I could have spent all that time gambling at a bar instead of reading this book. But no one is ever around. I award books 4 stars for all the stuff in them.
Keeps the mind sharp.
I'm not reading all that shit.
It too damn bright. There is no hope for shrimps. They are done for. What can a shrimp possibly hope to do? Picture this. You are born into a cold and unforgiving world, and you look like a lobster. But worse, do you even deserve pity? Is it not justified to despise such a creature? I have no doubts my detractors will have much to say about this, but I have maintained my position on shrimp for decades, and I have yet to be proven wrong. It's clear to see that shrimps simply don't have what it takes. I award shrimps 1 star for perseverance, but 4 stars must be deducted for uselessness.
Determined.
Incompetent.
Look at this big disgusting lard tub. This fat, jiggling bus of a creature. Gub gub blubber march, flab cap, walking barn toilet, looks like someone inflated a ham, like someone fed a whale nothing but pastries for decades. Guess who bought 8,000 tickets to Chubtown? Guess who got in a fight with 2 million gallons of ice cream in one? Like a refrigerator learned how to eat. Straight up van mode. My man looked like a building. Put a slot in this dude's back and fill him up with coins. Like a tractor let itself go. This guy is large as hell.
Complete idiot.
Art is an important part of the human experience. It can take many forms, most of which are bad. There are several factors that decide whether art is bad or not. Heed them carefully. 1. Craft. 2. Subtlety. 3. Physical ugliness of the artist. 4. Is it badass? But, my detractors stammer, thinking they have bested me at last, is this not a matter of taste? Is creation not its own reward? And they would seek shelter in these arguments. The last refuge of the hideous.
Beautiful.
Despite their soft appearance, there is a sharpness to bears that makes them very difficult to socialize with others. You cannot give a bear a bounce house, because she would not appreciate the gesture. She would read into it too much. Since you gave her a gift, does that mean you now expect her to give you one? Bears are overwhelmed by social calculations like this. They also have claws. I'd rate them 3 stars for being otherwise pleasant, but 2 stars have been deducted for anxiety.
Cool.
Please relax.
Badgers are very sad creatures that I do not give a damn about. They have never been there for me. All they do is dig and eat worms. One day they will dig themselves straight into hell and no one will be sorry about it. I rate badgers 1 star for their screaming ability, which I can admire, but 4 stars have been deducted out of spite.
Impressive yelling.
Just awful.
Don't let how spindly and leggy they are fool you. These little beasts will also bite the hell out of you just for fun. Spiders are famous for dangling, tangling, and strangling, and they do not sleep, and they cannot be kept out, and they cannot be killed. I rate them 4 stars out of 5 for putting the fear of God into the right people. 1 star has been deducted for overenthusiasm.
Divine terror.
Calm down.
The first thing you need to know about ants is they have a little thing that you don't. It's called work ethic. Ants go and get things done while you sit on the couch and smoke weed. You want to lie around being a space cadet playing jumpy shooty shooty bing bing wahoo video games going nowhere with your life. Ants, on the other hand, are going everywhere and are getting into everything, like the syrup bottle or the juice pitcher. They are unstoppable, and that's the second thing you need to know about ants. The third thing you need to know about ants is they are worth 5 stars for putting you to shame. Putting you to shame!
Get your life together.
Beetles have been around for trillions of years. Before we were even tiny babies, they were crawling around eating dirt and having a good time. However, you can't just have a good time all the time. Sometimes you need to have a very bad time, which beetles excel at. They have hard shells to hold in their emotions, which prevents them from being annoying. I rate them 4 stars for being absolutely essential. 1 star has been deducted for enjoying themselves too much.
Extremely necessary.
Watch yourselves.
Raccoons are ancient and powerful creatures who are famous for their deep admiration and respect for trash, which is the source of their power. Here I will outline the 3 strategies raccoons use for defending their trash and invading weak peoples. 1. Rumble and tumble. 2. Biting the hell out of. 3. Pure arson. I vote raccoons 3 stars for their wisdom, perseverance, and violence. 2 stars have been deducted for filth.
Wisdom.
Perseverance.
Silence.
Stinky.
Moths are wretched animals that bring no one any joy. They are like butterflies that piss everybody off. They have declared war on lights. They eat clothes instead of normal food because They are evil perverts that wish to undermine our senses of shame and decency, with every hole eaten through a sock. The devil's smile widens. I rate them 1 star for impressive self-destruction abilities. 4 stars have been deducted for dabbling in the occult. Hell yeah!
Big boys!
Here I will make my case for the criminality of Jellyfish, who, in my humble opinion, and in the eyes of God, are all cowards. Jellyfish engage in horrendous behaviors, including murder and racketeering, and being partially see-through. Perverts. Eerily they drift, corrupting the ocean. Their tentacles, delicate streamers which sail behind them like parade ribbons, are instruments of sin. May these creatures all be arrested and arraigned, and may the courts find them guilty. I rate Jellyfish 2 stars out of 5 for their craftiness. 3 stars have been deducted for contemptible behavior.
Very sneaky.
Fuck 'em!
Dogs are celebrated because they can do things, and because they can be very nice. That is very good for dogs. They get 4 stars for that. To the great horror of many annoying people, 1 star must be deducted for the following reasons: greasiness, shedding, aggressive defecation, over-salivation, deliberate and forceful pissing, gluttony, jealousy, property damage, whining, domestic abuse, insurance fraud, heresy, sacrilege, blasphemy, apostasy, straight-up murder, wage theft, absenteeism, always running their mouths, and alchemy.
Good.
No bad.
For centuries, snakes have fascinated the imagination of mankind. So far, we have learned 2 things about their power. 1, they can bite. 2, they are tubes. I rate snakes 4 stars out of 5 for their dedication and their respect. 1 star has been deducted because we do not know how they move, and that is untrustworthy.
Dedication.
Respect.
Untrustworthy.
All around the world, rivers are facing a pollution crisis. Filthy animals like zebras and water buffalo are putting their dirty mouths in the water, getting their spit all over the place and sending it straight to the ocean for the whales to drink. Luckily, nature has devised a clever plan to put a stop to this: the humble crocodile. The way this works is now when dirty beasts want to drink from the river, they get killed by a crocodile instead. What goes around comes around. I rate them 5 stars for saving the whales.
Fine work, crocodiles.
No.
Bad.
What are slugs? Slugs are disgusting and covered in mucus, but you shouldn't hold that against them. You're not exactly a looker either. The common mind considers slugs to simply be snails without shells, and all the less cool for it, but this is a shockingly bad interpretation. Through heroic discipline, slugs have conquered the self and rid themselves of the desire for such lavish ornamentation. They are noble hermit monks who slime the countryside without shelter, trusting in Mother Nature to keep them safe as a reward for the sacrifices they have made. I'd rate slugs 4 stars for their bravery and humility. 1 star must be deducted for avoiding social obligations and eye contact.
Brave. Humble.
Look at me when I am speaking to you.
I have never seen one of these sons of bitches, but if I ever do, I will not hesitate to run it over with my car, or otherwise assault it with every intention of inflicting permanent disfigurement and embarrassment. These losers think that people are supposed to be scared of them because directors told them so. Not me. If I walk into my basement at night and there's some sort of ghoul, apparition, demon, archfiend, or even some kind of glowing Greek god trying to ask me to go on some dumbass quest to find the golden pacifier or whatever, I'm tackling that idiot the moment I see it. I'm slamming that reeking hell cretin's head into the floor. I'm gonna show it what polished concrete tastes like.
I'll probably lose.
But we are at war.